Welcome to June 2020 Energy Trends. I'm Danielle Rama Hoffman of DivineTransmissions.com. This is Thoth with Infinite Oneness, the Council of Light, and many beings of light moving more into the forefront of this divine transmission. We are delighted to be continuing this energy trends conversation in the year 2020. Our focus in this transmission is to support you in how to use your intuition to make decisions. Using your intuition to make decisions is a very powerful way to be in your seat as a creator being, to be using your divine capacities that you have available to you, and to be tapping into your, how to say, your multidimensional sight, your capacity to see many different dimensions or facets at once, and then synthesize those in a very accelerated way to make decisions. For most likely, you are aware and experiencing an acceleration of everything. And one of the aspects of this acceleration, or what you may begin to ask, is, well, as things are accelerating, then what capacities support being in an accelerated flow with the movement? For it is like a surfer who is on the surfboard riding the wave. 2020 has a lot of momentum to it. There is this momentum to really create and recreate worlds. And so one of the ways that you leverage this momentum, you use this momentum, is your capacity to also very much be accessing new ways of being that match the current wave that you are riding. So if we simply talk about the evolution in consciousness and things speeding up, that speeding up is where you are making decisions all day long, every day, in a very accelerated way. Whereas a few months ago or a few years ago even, you may have taken longer, and there may have been more of the old paradigm way of making decisions, where you write a pros list, a cons list, you mull things over, you gather information, you look at what others are doing, you spend a lot of time thinking about it, and then you make a decision. And that all of that may still be faculties that you use at different times. However, with the accelerated pace of what's unfolding on the Earth Star at this time, your capacity to use your intuition and make quick decisions will serve you really, 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 really well. So one of the questions we would invite you to really be playing with is, what is emerging? What gets to open up within you as things are shifting at a rapid pace on the Earth Star, rather than this sensation or this old paradigm of separation consciousness, survival consciousness, where your mind may be telling you, well, this is being taken away, or this is lacking, or this is wrong, or whatever it is, to say, okay, here's what's unfolding and what gets to be created now. What emerges from that wave of acceleration? And so you may have this experience, for example, of having more on your to-do plate. Then it seems like you have a linear time to be uh, getting it done. And that's where you can use your intuition. And simply spending a few minutes in the morning really tapping into what is unfolding in that day, using your intuition, and then making some decisions based on that space will really contribute to you in a very powerful way. So let's apply this using your intuition, how to use your intuition to make decisions now that we've talked about it a little bit. So we invite you to, if you're called, close your eyes and go within and just almost like you're unpacking what you have in your pockets. Let's say you have 5 or 6 things that you've been carrying around in your pockets. And these 5 or 6 things are decisions that you are choosing to make at this time. And you unpack your pockets. So let's say you're carrying your keys in your pocket, you're carrying your wallet in your pocket. Maybe you like to carry a crystal in your pocket. You have your sunglasses in your pocket. Like you're unpacking what's in your pocket and you're placing it around you. So you may even at this point just imagine that you're sitting in the woods and you're on a beautiful picnic blanket and you've just unpacked the picnic box or you've unpacked your pockets, and now everything that was kind of tucked away is out in front of you. You can see it all. And we're not specifying exactly what you've been carrying around in your pockets or in your picnic basket. However, it has to do with some decisions that you can make just in a short amount of time. So as you look around and see what's on your blanket here, what's on the altar, what you've unpacked, you may begin to notice, oh, there's that decision that I was in the process of making, or here's the 5 things that I could do today, and you see all 5 of them, or it may also be something else, like there's a bigger decision to be made. And as spiritual entrepreneurs, if you're an entrepreneur, you're making decisions all of the time. And there's often multiple creative ideas that you get at once, and then it's your intuition. Which one comes first? Which ones are you going to move on? Which ones are going back into the picnic basket? So just, we'll take a few moments in the silence here for you to orient to what is sitting around you. Good, and then focusing on one particular decision, and then using your intuition, which moves at the speed of light, asking your higher self, asking the part of you that knows, tapping into the way that you naturally do this. As you tune into it, what's your sense about it? What do you notice? And it may be that you hear something, you see something, you feel something, you know something. And it may also be beyond the 5 or 6 sensory ways of being, because you have these divine capacities that really move at the speed of light, and intuition moves quickly. So just being with it, we're slowing down the process a little bit to really give you some guidelines of how to use your intuition to make decisions. So as you are looking at a decision, then noticing what you notice, and sometimes it is about clarifying the question. So just see if there's a clarifying question that comes, because depending on how you approach the question, there may be a different recognition or awareness. Good. And then just moving on to one more item on your picnic blanket. And most likely you may have already gotten 2 or 3 answers there. Like when you've asked a specific question, there's a knowing. It's just there. It's not any conflict or spinning. There's just this, yes, here it is. Good, so just doing one more here. Good. And then you can continue if you're called, or you may choose to put some things back in the picnic basket and notice that the decisions that you've made, the intuition that you've gotten, has already, in a very short amount of time, an accelerated time, taken some things off of your to-do list. And so if we were to synthesize or summarize how to use your intuition to make quick decisions, the first thing is to really have whatever you've been carrying around in your mind, or what we've talked about in your pockets, in front of you. So it may be that you take a few minutes to just jot down what decisions am I in the process of making? And then you have them where you can see them. And then having a very clear, clarifying question. And your clarifying question may be, is it time to move on this? What are my top 3 next steps? What is my focus for this next hour? Is it optimal for me to X or Y, this or that? And then notice right away what your experience is. And then always be sure to then capture what it is that you get. So this using your intuition to make quick decisions is one of the primary invitations for the month of June, to just be in the flow, riding the wave of using your intuition to make decisions, using your guidance to make decisions, using your higher self to make decisions, using your knowing to make decisions. And as you're making those decisions, really having a sense that there's almost an obviousness to it. This we could add in is kind of our fourth step here, is that there's like a, oh yeah, you already knew that. You already knew that. You already knew that. There's a confirmation aspect. Sometimes it may surprise you. And there's also this like, oh yeah, you've already known that. You've just taken the time to let yourself discover what it is that you've already known. So we are acknowledging your contribution to the evolution in consciousness, and we invite you to use your intuition to make quick decisions that are absolutely aligned and based in your higher knowing in the month of June and beyond. All is light and love, and we are all.